Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. That means we get the show started, shall we? And here we are. Stephen, what do you think of your new name before we go any further?
The spoiler. I just noticed that. Me, spoiler? Nah.
All because of what you did on Saturday. So
Yeah.
technically Sunday by the time we got round to it. But
My bad.
in all fairness, if they were watching us and they hadn't watched the show, kind of their own fault. So how are you, my friend?
I am doing all right. How are you been doing, buddy?
I am good. I am alive. I am breathing. I am here in the world, existing. Here for another night of AEW Dynamite review.
Dynamite's a good show tonight.
What have you been up to since I last spoke to you?
Nothing much. Getting things ready for Thanksgiving and all that. And
yep, how's that going?
Get some holiday shopping done. Crowd, crazy crowd.
You Americans have some crazy holidays, but you know what? It's all good because so do we. So
thank goodness for online shopping.
That is true. That is true. You know what's sad? The fact of Black Friday sales have infiltrated the Australian market over here. So
some's already started before the holidays already.
Well, this is the thing. We don't even celebrate Black Friday, but instead they decide to push it on as the marketing campaign. So
yeah.
But
sometimes people start on Thanksgiving night, but not anymore now because stores closing on Thanksgiving. So which is good, good to be with their families for Thanksgiving.
I mean, on the holidays, you really should be with your family.
Yeah.
In that situation, like I know some people don't have families, but they really should try and be with someone that cares about them. So that's essentially what the holiday season is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about people you care for and the people that care for you. So to all my American friends, happy Thanksgiving for tomorrow. Or if we go long enough, tonight.
Well, I don't know if you celebrate Thanksgiving in Australia, but happy Thanksgiving to you too.
We don't, but thank you very much, because it would technically be Thanksgiving today. Although I do say I have to give thanks to the BBC for giving us Doctor Who 60 years ago. So, yes. Other than that, Stephen, what did you think of tonight's episode right from the start?
It's a good show. A bit earlier in the day for the Continental Classic Tournament.
Yep.
Got the blue bracket and the gold bracket.
Yep.
And
you noticed that, and we got some good names in the bracket, which we actually kind of discussed the other day when we were here.
Yep, and then there's some kind of a head scratcher, like Jay Lethal for one.
I think it's a good idea to have him in the brackets because he is a former ROH World Champion.
True.
And it also will give him something else to do rather than just be Jeff Jarrett's sidekick.
True.
So we got some people wrestling tonight. We had Swerve Strickland and Roosh and Jay White and Moxley and Briscoe all involved tonight. Sorry, for some reason there's a fly in my room. And
Swerve wrestled Jay Lethal, the opening match of the show.
We'll get into that very, very shortly. We'll get into that, but we've also got the give me 2 seconds.
No problem.
So for those of you who may not have seen the brackets, these are the brackets in 10 seconds. Not even. So these are the brackets that we have. We have
I think I like the blue bracket's really stacked.
Yeah, so we have in the blue bracket we have Bryan Danielson, Andrade El Idolo, Brody King, Claudio Castagnoli, Daniel Garcia, and Eddie Kingston. And in the gold bracket we have Jon Moxley, Swerve Strickland, Rush, whatever you want to call him, Mark Briscoe, Jay Lethal, and Jay White. So this is all for the Continental Classic. I noticed they did announce that there is going to be a title, but they kept the title covered. So yeah.
And they got the ROH heavyweight title and the never open weight title too, beside of it. The new title.
Yeah, interesting to see where they go and what the design of the new belt is. It'll be very, very interesting to see how they play this and whether or not the person who ends up winning the tournament takes all 3 belts or just has 1 belt. So
I think it's going to be all 3 belts.
Yeah. I hope eventually it gets down to a point where they just go with the 1. But
who do you like to see the winner, Raz? Who would you like to see the win in the blue and the gold bracket?
So if I'm looking in the blue bracket, I'd like to see either Andrade or Brody King be one of the 2 that are at the top of that bracket. Unfortunately, I know it's probably going to be neither of them. It'll more than likely be either Eddie, Claudio, or Danielson. From the gold bracket, I would like to see Jay White and Swerve Strickland, but it's going to be hard because they've both got momentum. So
yeah. I think the blue bracket. I really think Eddie Kingston could be the winner of that bracket.
I wouldn't be surprised. And welcome to the show here, Jake. Thank you for joining us. Also, thank you for joining us, DM.
Hope
you guys enjoyed Dynamite tonight.
And for the gold bracket, I gotta say Jay White.
Yeah,
it's been Jay White or Mox.
Yeah. So we opened tonight's show with Jay Lethal versus Swerve Strickland in this Continental Classic. What was your opinions of the match? What would you rate it out of 5? And do you think we got the right winner?
It was a good match. Man, kudos to Swerve. Still standing from that match at Full Gear. Lord. He was really taped up pretty good on his shoulder there during that.
You are not wrong.
Yeah.
You are not wrong there, Stephen. Congratulations to Swerve for coming in and actually continuing to wrestle. That was like insane. After the death match he had on Saturday, to come in this week and appear on Dynamite is just nothing short of workhorse material.
Yep.
Right.
So all around it is a good match, though. You know, no surprise. Swerve with the victory.
Yep. I noticed Swerve got a bit of a pop when he came in. Like he got a bit of a crowd reaction coming in to the show. So,
whose house chant.
yeah, do you think Swerve's still going to try and play the heel, or do you think he'll swing for the fences and eventually turn face?
I kind of like Swerve better as a heel, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I don't think he would work too well as a face.
No, I don't think so either.
I get it with his rap career. Maybe he could play face, but I think it just works better when he plays a character better when he's hated.
Yeah.
And oddly, it works. It oddly works. I think that picking him as the winner of this match was brilliant. Putting him over. Definitely, he had the momentum with him from the previous from the pay-per-view. So, that carrying over as well helped him. Hello, Hunter. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us, even though you're feeling like crap.
Hello, Hunter. Hope you're feeling better, buddy.
But what would you rate that out of 5? That match out of 5, if you
that match out of 5, I'll give it like 3.5 out of 5 around the area.
Yeah, definitely not a 5-star quality. No, not holy shit, I'm on the edge of my seat sort of quality, but it's definitely a 3.5-star sort of match.
Kind of very rare you got two heels wrestling one-on-one though in AEW.
And that's always hard. It's always harder to have heel rather than face.
Yep.
Yeah. So
happy Thanksgiving to you too, Hunter. He's wishing everybody happy Thanksgiving in the chat.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Hunter. No, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but as I said to Stephen, I'm thankful for the BBC because 60 years ago they gave us Doctor Who. So
I gotta get into that Doctor Who stuff. I never hardly, y'all gonna have to get me hooked on that somehow.
You've got 60 years to go through.
60 seasons.
Not quite 60 seasons.
Oh, really?
Because there was a break in between the early 90s to 2005. Yeah, 2005. Because the BBC hadn't renewed the show. And then they brought it back in 2005, and it's been going continuously ever since. Jake says his pick to win the Continental Classic tournament is Mark Briscoe.
It's a good pick.
Good outside choice. Choice. Will be interesting. I mean, he's got some ground to make up, but we'll find that out once again later on in the show. So after this match, no real repercussions from what happened at the pay-per-view. Just straight to a backstage segment with Orange Cassidy, Hook, and Katsuyori Shibata. Yuta comes up and challenges Shibata for the pure title again.
I think it's a final battle, is it?
Yeah, but he said this Thursday. Something about like wrestling this Thursday on ROH TV.
I don't think it'll be alive on Thanksgiving though, but
I don't know. I mean, it's probably pre-taped, so
yeah,
there's no real. But with regards to that, I just want to see Shibata going against different opponents, not just sticking with going back and forth between him and Yuta, which is what it's been, and Garcia in a way. But yeah.
Kind of tell you the truth though, Shibata really, since he got that pure title, he hasn't really faced anybody. Tell you the truth.
No, but Shibata's also a exhibition style wrestler.
Well, take that back. He had one opponent for that pure title. That was a good match back in the day.
Yeah.
That was the only significant title defense.
We had Orange Cassidy wanting to announce something, but clearly not getting to because of the fact of the interruption. So we then get we then go to Better Than You, Baby, or Adam Cole and MJF. Adam Cole making his return to Dynamite, and MJF in the ring talking about how he won on Saturday and stuff like that. Then we get a reference to the Devil, a video from the Devil, who was just laughing. And then we get Samoa Joe coming out. Obviously wanting his title shot. MJF basically tells Joe to blow him and get fucked. Fucked in a way. And then Adam Cole convinces Joe to, or MJF to allow Joe or give Joe the match. Then gets confirmed, or then MJF agrees. Gets confirmed we're having Joe versus MJF at World's End at the pay-per-view at the end of the year. Joe turns around and says that he doesn't have nobody, or they don't have to worry about who this Devil character is because MJF is Joe's property.
Either way, I believe we're going to see who the Devil is at World's End. So,
yeah, I think they want to save it till that.
Yeah,
I'm still intrigued by who it is. I'm still pitching my idea of who it is, but
man, we've been getting heat like crazy for that.
Yes,
in the Discord.
But you know what's funny? So many people are swinging around to it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen so many other creators on TikTok and all that crap starting to swing around to, is it CM Punk? Because
man, if it was CM Punk, man, I applaud Tony Khan. AEW.
You don't like Tony Khan would have, as I said on Saturday, if it's Punk, Tony Khan knows what he's doing and is an absolute genius.
Yeah.
Jake says he thinks Dynamite was a good show tonight.
I agree.
It wasn't like super fantastic, but it was good. Hunter says, what if the Devil is Wardlow? Wardlow and MJF have a bit of history.
Wardlow's kind of big.
Yeah, and we have a bit of a problem here of that Wardlow's already chasing MJF.
Yeah.
So it would kind of defeat the purpose of Wardlow chasing MJF if he oh shit, I realized I said Full Gear recap and review. Whoops. I might need to change that banner. Let me edit that and fix that up.
Oh, Jake's saying it's Adam Cole. There's a lot of possibilities. Some saying Adam Cole, some saying Dolph Ziggler, some saying Jungle Boy Jack Perry, some saying Kyle O'Reilly, rather. There's a lot of picks suggesting who could be the Devil. Could be anybody.
Yeah. So Jake's saying Adam Cole. Hunter's replying true. At this rate, though, it could very well be anybody, even MJF himself. I don't see it as that. When it was
kind of a letdown, if you kind of think.
When it was the attack on the Bullet Club, possibility of it being MJF himself. Adam Cole costs MJF the world title at World's End, is what Jake says.
Possibility, but we just have to wait till World's End to find out.
I don't know. And I think this is one thing. We're playing a story here and we're keeping this story going. And it's got us intrigued. So,
well, they got to lose the tag titles first in order to think that Adam Cole's going to cost him the title.
Not really.
Really?
They could do it where they keep the tag belts, but then he costs him the world title. But then you'd have basically MJF, then they'd have to vacate those tag belts eventually. Yeah. Or could you imagine putting the belt, like them trying to work as a tag team to keep the belts while they hate each other? Hunter says MJF's storyline is better than the Bloodline and Roman. You're not wrong. The Bloodline and Roman was way too long, and should have ended at least 3 years ago. But that's a whole nother side of the coin.
Yeah. Man, they're sure really dragging that Bloodline storyline, don't they, in WWE? Jeez.
They sure are. And they continue to do so because it makes them money, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So after the segment with Samoa Joe, we go to commercial break. When we come back, Daddy Magic, Angelo Parker, and Jake Hager are all in the ring. Then we get Hook's entrance, Shibata's entrance, and then Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy stops before getting in the ring and says, I was trying to make an announcement. And we get something very nice and very evil on the screen.
Indeed. I'm glad to see him back, by the way, old Danhausen.
Stephen, spoiler. We hadn't quite got there.
Well, you said very nice and very evil, so.
I said it was on the screen.
We got to work it here, a little chemistry here.
It's okay, Stephen. But yes,
I'm assuming you said very nice and very evil, so I'm assuming everybody's going to thought it was with Danhausen. So
it was the promo video for Danhausen, and then Danhausen's music hits, and he comes out. So yes, Stephen, it may have been a split-second spoiler, but I love it. This is why you are the spoiler, Stephen. Nothing wrong with that.
Spoiler, probably in a good way, probably not in the bad way.
But yes, Danhausen has returned. He later reveals in the match that he holds the hat. He holds Jake Hager's hat.
That's hilarious. That segment right there.
Put an X on Stephen's forehead.
Where's ink pen? Get a Sharpie here.
Yep. But he has Jake Hager's hat. Puts a curse on Jake Hager, and then we get Hook winning the match with the red rum. Fun segment, fun match. Uh-huh. Great to see Danhausen back. There was talk that he wasn't going to return because of something that was an accusation of him and bootleg T-shirts or something along those lines.
Yeah,
but I'm guessing that accusation is false because he's obviously back. So
I'm glad to see him back, though.
Yeah, it's good to see him back. He's good in the ring. He's good at what he does, and he's an entertaining character. I want to see him wrestle more this time.
Same here.
Yeah. After that match, we get Adam Cole backstage with Renee Paquette. She's talking about, or he's talking about how he's recovering, stuff like that. Roddy Strong obviously interrupts. And I found it interesting here. Adam Cole turns around and says that, Hunter said his next Halloween costume is Hunterhausen.
You might still get a Danhausen masks.
Yeah.
Over there.
Good work.
Yeah.
Good work. But Adam Cole tells Roddy that he's not his best friend anymore.
Yeah.
So obviously we're going Obviously, we're going to get more of the Kingdom involved, taking out MJF and stuff like that. But we'll see where it goes from there. That'll lead into a future story, I'm guessing. In the words of Charlie Brown, good grief, Roddy's going to burst my eardrums.
They got to get Hunter that T-shirt. Adam!
Yes. Yes, we do. Next segment is the Patriarchy come out to the ring. Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne. Hunter doesn't want that shirt.
Didn't take him long, did it?
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. Sorry, Hunter. We love you, but sorry. So the Patriarchy come out. Christian announces that it wasn't Nick Wayne that lost the match on Saturday. It wasn't him who lost the match on Saturday. It was Luchasaurus, and that he's realized it's because Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne are now his kids, and he should embrace them. He makes Luchasaurus take a knee and renames Luchasaurus Killswitch.
Same name as Swerve Strickland's name in Lucha Underground is Killswitch.
Yeah. It's also the name of Christian's finisher. So, and then he also names Nick Wayne the Prodigy Nick Wayne.
Well, that's a no-brainer right there.
Yeah. Nick Wayne's mum comes out, tries to talk to her son. Pointless. Which Killswitch now attacks or accidentally takes out Nick Wayne's mum.
Christian push Luchasaurus into her.
Yeah. So and then they get a chair to do the concerto situation on Nick Wayne's mum. Adam Copeland's music hits. Adam Copeland comes down, makes the save, does a hell of a fucking spear on Nick Wayne. Probably one of the best he's ever done. And then grabs the chair and threatens Christian. Killswitch now pulls Christian out of the ring, and then Adam Copeland turns around, takes out Nick Wayne again, then sets Nick Wayne up for the concerto. Mm-hmm. Nick Wayne's mum's in the corner begging it off, like no. I thought she might do the low blow to Adam Copeland here, sort of a sort of heel turn on her part, but no, she didn't. And Copeland ends up hitting Nick Wayne with the concerto.
Tell you the truth, I really thought that she's going to get in the middle of that spear.
Yeah.
I figured she's going to get speared or she's going to get in the middle of it, but she was still stay in the corner there.
Yeah. Don't know what to think of. Like, I enjoy that segment because Adam Copeland and Christian are in it. But much for muchness in that regard.
Man, it took Copeland long enough to get there, did
it? Yeah. I like that we're still pushing the Adam Copeland Christian story here. I like that we're going to get a further confrontation. We'll probably get a booking for World's End or something.
Has to be World's End with Christian. Yeah.
I think they might push it further if they're smart. They might try and keep them with a no contact situation, or like they'll book the match, but something will happen to stop the match.
Well, if it's not World's End, probably be Revolution. It's probably their next pay-per-view is Revolution.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So,
and
1 to 2.
If it's Sting's final show, it would also be great to have Adam Copeland and Christian on that show so like having blood feud sort of situation. What do you think?
Well, it could happen, but it would be cool to see him wrestle one-on-one, Copeland and Christian.
Yeah, I'm still thinking one-on-one, but I'm thinking more like build the feud until Revolution.
Yeah, maybe some kind of stipulation add on to it too.
Yeah, because I think if they have a match at World's End, I think it either ends screwy or there's a way it just doesn't come about. Like somehow Christian turns it around and sends the Pokemon Lucha Cane Switch, whatever you want to call it now.
He's full of names now. Lucha King, Luchasaurus, now Kill Switch.
Yeah. Next, we had Anna Jay backstage with Parker, Menard, and Hager. They all try to take over the interview. She cracks it and says that she's sick of this shit, basically. Says she's going to go out and win. You see a picture of Ruby Soho on Parker's phone. I haven't really been following that story, so I have no idea what's going on there.
They've been going on for about a month now. With this segment.
Hunter said he calls Luchasaurus, Killswitch, Lucha Cane, whatever the hell, the monster from 20 million years ago. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Anna Jay situation. I haven't really been paying attention. I think it's a Rampage thing.
Yeah.
So, don't know. Then we go to our next match of the night, which it's a fair way into the show when you think about it. Like, we're a fair way into the show and we've had one match only.
Mm-hmm.
The rest have all been segments. So we get Roosh, Jay White, and a Continental Classic match. Jay White obviously wins this, keeping up his momentum. I think it's going to be Jay White that's going to walk out with the win of it because it secures his way back to New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously New Japan and AEW have a deal going, so I think what we're going to see is possibly a future New Japan AEW crossover where Jay White goes back and challenges David Finlay or something like that
for Forbidden Door or
I don't think it can be Wrestle Kingdom, because if it's going to be Wrestle Kingdom, they're going to leave it way too late.
Kingdom, yeah.
Yeah, if it's going to be Wrestle Kingdom, it's going to be way too late. They need to, because Wrestle Kingdom is like the 4th and 5th of January, so they need to really.
It's a great match, though. Jay White and Roosh. It's a great match. I give it a higher rating than that Swerve and Jay Lethal match.
Definitely, it was a quality match. Those two are two great competitors. As we know, Jay White puts on stories in the ring. Brilliant wrestler. Roosh, once again, also tells stories. I'm glad that he's back doing what he does.
I thought that we might get a first draw in the tournament. I figured it might end it in the draw, those two.
I like that it's a round robin tournament and not just a single elimination.
Also, wish Juice Robinson a speed recovery. He's going to be out for a significant amount of time with a back injury.
Yeah.
Speaking of Bullet Club Gold.
Funny, I was watching something on the WWE channel on Foxtel last night, and from 2015, and he's on it. He's actually on it because he was obviously part of NXT at that point in time.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was actually on it. So it was kind of funny to see where he was then to what he is now. So
he's come a long way, hasn't he?
Yeah, he definitely wasn't rock hard then. but he is now. Next up, they go to what I thought was kind of a freaking stupid segment. As much as I think Toni Storm's doing brilliantly, I thought it was a stupid segment.
Toni Storm, yeah.
Yeah, getting her presented with the title that she already has, that she's had this whole time. One thing I did like is that Sky Blue interrupted her. So could we be seeing Sky Blue transitioning from the TBS title to the Women's World title?
Could. I think I could see Sky Blue as her first opponent.
I think it would be good for Sky Blue to transition across.
It could be a good match, but Luther stepped on Toni Storm's dress by the way, and she fell.
Oh, that's why she fell. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but I think Sky Blue being a challenger to Toni Storm is going to be very interesting and very intriguing. I want them to hold off from doing it at World's End. I want them to push it to Revolution again, purely because of I want them to build it. I want them to build it strong. I think World's End.
I still believe Toni Storm's going to keep that belt warm for Jamie Hayter.
You're not wrong. You're probably not wrong there, Stephen. You're probably not wrong. Sky Blue obviously wins this match after the whole debacle with Anna Jay and Ruby Soho and the Matt Menard and all that. And
a lot
Angela
of club segment
outside. As I said, I don't know what the go is with this angle or this story that they're trying to tell.
They've been dragging it for a month. They might as well just end it.
It's just, I don't think it's catching on unless you watch Rampage.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I miss a lot of Rampage. When it first came on, I was down for it. I was keen, but I miss a lot of it. I more pay attention to Collision and Dynamite. So.
Well, special plug. Rampage Saturday before Collision. It's going to be live.
Yeah, so we've got a 3-hour Rampage and Collision this weekend on Saturday, going up alongside Survivor Series.
Yep. That's going to be hard, man.
They're going to look, the ratings are going to tank dramatically, but if you're an AEW fan, you're not going to watch Survivor Series.
Unless they can watch the replay of Survivor Series in the middle of the night or wait till tomorrow to watch it.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Yeah. But if you're a wrestling or if you're a WWE fan, you're going to watch Survivor Series and maybe catch Rampage and Collision at a later time.
A multitask.
Yeah.
Computer, AEW, TV, Survivor Series.
Ooh. You don't count towards the ratings then, Stephen.
I cheat. I'm sorry. You don't call me the spoiler for nothing, right?
In all fairness, I don't count towards the ratings. So, like, this is the thing, they don't take into consideration international countries and stuff that are watching it live as well. Be hard to do for the UK because it's generally 1 o'clock in the morning, so screw that. Australia, it's usually anywhere between 10 a.m. to midday when it starts, and between 2 to midday to 2 when it finishes. So
UK likes to have their wrestling late, don't they?
This is the fun of time zones, my friend.
Yeah.
This is the fun of time zones. If you live in the UK and you are a wrestling fan, you are screwed for watching the American product. because
thank goodness for DVRs.
yeah, because it is on an insanely early hours of the morning, and trying to stay awake for that is very, very hard unless you have substances that can help you, or you are, and by that I mean coffee and energy.
There's strong coffee.
Yeah. You just steal Hunter's blood because it's just coffee. Hunter's blood is just coffee, so you just take that instead.
Just kidding, Hunter.
We love you, Hunter. He'll probably come back with something and be like, "I'm not giving up my blood."
I'll just wait for him on the Discord to say something later on.
Yeah. So Sky Blue won that match.
Mm-hmm.
Good to keep her momentum up. Be interesting to see if they do push her to go for the world title. I would like to see it. I would just be disappointed because take my pizza but leave my coffee alone. Oh, shit.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Hunter, my friend, you are hilarious. You are hilarious, my friend.
Oh, buddy.
Next up, main event of the match, which they let us know if the show was going to overrun, they were going to stick with it. The show did overrun.
It sure did. I was worried about the time.
Well, they got to this match like with 5 minutes left in the hour. Yeah, they got to this match with 5 minutes left in the hour. So it was Mox versus Briscoe for the Continental Classic. Holy crap. A history-making episode of Dynamite. Moxley did not bleed.
No, Briscoe did.
Briscoe bled. Moxley did not. The only reason Moxley had blood on him was because of when they, at the end of the show, where they shake hands and Briscoe puts his forehead on Moxley's. It's the only reason Moxley had blood.
Yeah.
Hunter says, yay.
Well, it's a great match, though, these two. You know, Mark always wrestled a great match.
Yeah, it's really Moxley is blood enough.
Hey, it's only for 1 week, Hunter. Watch next week.
Next week, he just steps into the building and he's bleeding.
It's a holiday. It's probably why he's not bleeding.
But the thing that sucks about Mark Briscoe getting TV time now is the fact that his brother's not here to share it with him.
Yeah. It's really tragic what happened to Jay, man.
Yeah. So that's the end of Dynamite. That was pretty much it. That was a quick recap tonight. Overall, what did you think of the show?
It's a good show. I wouldn't say, yay, what a great show, awesome. But what do we rate it out of 5 or out of 10?
Just rate it out of 5.
Out of 5, I'll give it about 3.5 out of 5 stars.
Okay. So not perfect or not great, but not shit either. Yeah. I can see that. I can give it that, except for probably the Anna J segment. That's probably the one segment that didn't do it for me.
Another thing you forgot to mention, Raz, we didn't watch the media scrum. Big Bill and Ricky Starks attacked Chris Jericho.
Yeah. Hunter rates it as a 4.
A 4?
Okay, so just above average. He also said on the bright side he made me money for those who would bet that Moxley would bleed. Yes, because we were betting on the when and how much and how long into the match he would bleed.
That'd be a good DraftKings question.
You win $40,000 if you can guess the exact time of the match that Moxley's going to bleed. All in all, I'd rate it a 3.2 to a 3.5.
So you're about the same with me. Yeah.
Yeah. I take off the points because of the whole Anna Jay situation that doesn't really get
Well,
me.
the Tony Storm segment kind of, And
the Tony, I was going to say that and the Tony Storm segment are probably the two that I didn't really.
And not only that, they're running short on time. It was like less than 30 minutes of the show.
Yeah. Hunter said if DraftKings does that, he wants a cut of the profits.
Well, it's free, Hunter. If they do it on DraftKings, if it's one of the choices,
you'll have to take Moxley's cut. All in all, not a super fantastic show. I'm disappointed that we only got 3 matches in the show. Wrestling wise, it's supposed to be, I get it, it's supposed to be entertainment, but it needs to be a wrestling show as well.
Well, it's kind of a typical after Full Gear show,
Yeah. After pay-per-view show, they're always trying to rebuild sort of thing.
Yeah.
Hunter says boo about having to take the cut. I think it was good that we got Adam Cole back on Dynamite. I think it was good that we got Danhausen back. I really want to see how they play this devil thing out. That's my biggest thing. I want to see how they play this out.
It's going to be well over almost 5 weeks away at World's End.
Yeah. Speaking of that, our boy Axel's going to be going to that. So,
yep. Lucky him.
He'll get to see. He may get to see the live and in person reveal of it. Who knows? Mm-hmm. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to have a blast over there.
Yeah. And this weekend, we've obviously got the 3-hour episode of Rampage and Collision because of the fact that we got them going up against a WWE pay-per-view. We also have a continuation of the Continental Cup with who was it wrestling tonight? Or
the Blue Brand is wrestling.
The Blue Brand is wrestling, and it's going to be Danielson versus Kingston, isn't it?
I don't know who's wrestling.
No, sorry, it's Danielson. It's Kingston versus Eddie King and Garcia versus Claudio.
Yeah.
So it's that. I want to see Garcia pull an upset on this one.
Yeah.
I see it as a foregone conclusion that Eddie Kingston's going to win. But who knows? Could be a dark horse. So, Hunter says if Axel gets to meet MJF's, chances are he'll have pitched a tent next time we talk to him.
Axel's probably a better chance meeting MJF's mom more than MJF.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Other than that, we don't really have much announced for the show. We don't have much announced for next week. Obviously, they'll continue with the classic, but we'll find out more on Collision and stuff like that. So, anything you got to promote or push out before we pull the plug on this?
No, I don't, Raz. Other than that, Dynamite's a good show, and Collision should be a good show too Saturday.
Yeah. I don't really have anything to plug today. I am just tired, been working a lot. So
yeah,
a 12-hour day yesterday with where I was at. So, but we should be back here again next week.
Mm-hmm.
Don't see why we won't, unless the world blows up by then, which I don't think it will. But I've been Raz. That's been Stephen. He will try not to spoil things for you in the future.
Hey, I don't mean to be a spoiler, and I'm not trying to be one.
I love it, Stephen. It's okay. You are fantastic. I appreciate everyone for being here. Thank you so much for coming on the sticking around, even though it was only a brief show. If you want to follow me on the socials, you can find me at RazDarkWolf on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Instagram. Stephen, you won't find anywhere yet, but give him time.
I live in the U.S., though, guys. I'm a
US. If you want to see Stephen, go to the US and just ask for Stephen, the spoiler.
Hey.
But thank you for everyone who's joined the chat and come and watch the show today. Really appreciate it. We will be back again. We might do one for the weekend shows of Collision and Rampage and possibly Survivor Series combination.
If you do it, I'm available.
We'll see how that goes. Depends on timing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and we will see you again soon.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah. Everyone, have a great Thanksgiving. Take care, and speak to you again soon.